During dinner at my parents' house, my father looked across the table at my husband and asked, "Why did you miss your last 3 chemo appointments?" I almost laughed because that was impossible since I dropped him off at the cancer center every Tuesday and Thursday and watched him walk through those sliding glass doors myself. My father didn't laugh though. "I called the center to check on you because I wanted to pull some strings for a better clinical trial," he said. "They told me you've never been a patient there. You were never diagnosed with anything. There is no cancer." My husband shook his head immediately. "There must be some kind of mix-up with the records. Hospitals lose paperwork all the time." My father shut that down instantly. "I spoke to 3 different departments and the head oncologist personally. None of them have ever heard your name in their entire system." My husband switched tactics. "I transferred to a different provider a few months ago. I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want to worry you." My father leaned forward. "What's the new provider's name?" My husband just sat there with nothing to say. I grabbed his arm. "Please tell me this isn't real." He started crying. "I can explain everything if you just give me a chance." I pulled back. "Do you have cancer or not?" He wiped his face. "It's complicated." I slammed my hand on the table. "It's a yes or no question." He looked down. "I don't have cancer, but you need to let me explain before you react." My mother gasped. His own mother stared at him like she was looking at a stranger. His father pushed his plate away like he had lost his appetite. I felt the floor drop out from under me and I started screaming, "I quit my job for you. I picked up 2 more jobs when the bills piled up." He put his hands up. "I know, and I'm sorry, but if you just let me," I cut him off. "I sat in that parking lot for 3 hours twice a week for 2 years. I brought you ginger ale for the nausea. I held a bucket while you pretended to throw up." He shook his head desperately. "I never meant for it to go this far." I kept going. "I shaved your head every week because you said watching it fall out was too traumatic, and I cried every single time because I thought I was watching my husband die." He was sobbing now. "I was going to tell you. I had a plan to fix everything." I laughed in his face. "A plan?" "Our church raised $95,000 because they thought you were dying. Elderly people on fixed incomes donated their savings." His mother put her hand over her mouth. My father's face was turning red. My husband kept talking through his tears. "I was going to pay it all back. I just needed more time." My father finally spoke up. "More time? My wife and I gave you $12,000 out of our retirement fund." My husband looked at him and had nothing to say. I stood up from my chair. "I sold my mother's jewelry for your medications. The necklace she wore on her wedding day. The earrings she got from her grandmother. That was the only thing I had left of her after she died, and I sold it for you because I thought it would keep you alive." The table went completely silent. He tried to reach for my hand. "Baby, please. I can explain where the money went if you just—" I grabbed his phone off the table and he lunged across the table at me. "You have no right to go through my phone. That's a violation of my privacy." My brother stood up and shoved him back into his chair so hard it almost tipped over. My husband was still yelling, "What you're doing is illegal. You can't just go through someone's personal property." I screamed back at him. "I sold my dead mother's ring for you and you want to talk about privacy? Tell me where the money went right now." I opened his phone and found no medical apps, no doctor contacts, no pharmacy texts. What I found was thousands of dollars in charges to something called Epic Games. Screenshots of video game inventory showing off rare skins and limited edition items. Group chats with his gaming friends where he bragged about all the exclusive stuff he owned. His mother squinted at the screen. "What is that?" My brother crossed his arms. "It's a video game for children." I kept scrolling and found a conversation between my husband and his gaming friends, and I read it out loud to the entire table. "How do you afford to play all day every day, bro?" And his response, "Bro, my wife thinks I'm dying LMAO. She works 3 jobs and I just sit here grinding. Down bad? Nah, I'm up good." My father's face went purple with rage. "You seriously fooled my daughter into thinking you had cancer so you could coerce her into trading her prized possessions for video game costumes? We thought you were going to die." My husband actually had the nerve to correct him. "They're not costumes, they're skins, and some of them are worth thousands of dollars now." I stared at him. "Will they sell for enough to pay back the $95,000 that our church members donated to save your life and replace my priceless family heirlooms on top of that?" He looked at me and said, My father grabbed him by the collar and dragged him out the door before he could buy another skin.